Listen, man. I've been in that exact same position you're in right now. Staring at my phone, thumb hovering over her name, wondering if I should block her, delete her, or just sit there waiting for her to text. And like a fool, I did what the internet told me to do. I went no contact. But believe me, this no contact thing everybody preaches is weak. That's the move of a man who still puts her on the throne. You think silence is power, but silence still circles around her. You're still dancing to her rhythm. And women, they feel that. They can smell when your whole strategy is still about them. You want to break her. You want her head spinning at night wondering where the hell you went. Then stop playing games. Stop making your whole life about how she reacts. Because here's the truth. Women don't break from silence. They break when you shift the frame completely. When you stop living as if she's the center of your damn universe. No contact is a pause. But what I'm about to tell you, it's a permanent shift. See, when a woman walks away, she's testing. She wants to see what your world looks like without her in it. Most guys, they collapse. They start begging, blowing up her phone, or doing the fake no-contact thing where they're secretly checking her socials every night. Pathetic. She sees through all of it. But the man who really shakes her soul, that's the man who doesn't just go quiet. He levels up so hard that she feels the distance like a punch to the chest. It's not the silence that hits her. It's the replacement of silence with growth. She left expecting you to hurt. She expected you to sulk, to wait, to get desperate. She painted the whole story in her head already. She's the queen. You're the fool crying over the throne. But then something flips. She checks your page. She hears about you from a friend, or she runs into you months later, and suddenly you're not the man she left. You're sharper. You're colder. You're stronger. You're surrounded by energy she can't compete with. That's what breaks her. Let me tell you something real. Women don't cry over men they dump. At least not right away. They cry when the man they dumped doesn't crumble. When he builds. When he shines in ways they never predicted. That's when their chest gets tight at night. That's when they replay every damn memory because she thought you'd still be orbiting around her. But instead, you've built a whole new solar system and she's not in it. So no. Don't play the silence game. That's middle school. Play the transformation game. Play the replacement game. Replace her in your thoughts with your grind. Replace her in your nights with discipline. Replace her in your mornings with self-respect. And let the world see it. Not because you're showing her, but because it's real. Because you mean it. Picture this. She opens Instagram expecting to see you stuck. Maybe posting sad quotes. Maybe hiding in silence. But instead, she sees you alive. Not faking it. Alive. You're training harder, looking sharper, laughing with people she's never met, moving in places she never touched. That's not no contact. That's no comparison. And nothing makes a woman spin harder than realizing she lost a man who can't be compared. But let's go even deeper. You know what really twists the knife? When she realizes you're not even trying to make her jealous. That's when it hits different, because she knows you're not plotting around her anymore. You're not curating your moves for her eyes. You're just living. That's the scariest thing for her. A man who doesn't need an audience. And don't get it twisted. This ain't about revenge. It's not about begging her to notice. It's about flipping the script so hard that even if she never looks back, you don't care. Because you don't want her back the way she left. You don't want the version of her that thought you were easy to leave. You want to become the man that only a real one could stand next to. That's what breaks her. Not the silence, not the block button, the shift, the permanent realization that the man she thought she left behind no longer exists. He's gone. And in his place stands someone untouchable. Let me make this even clearer. When you go no contact, you're playing defense. You're waiting. But when you go into transformation, that's an offense. That's you running the game. That's you dictating the pace. She can either watch from the sidelines or keep scrolling in denial. But either way, she feels it. She feels the absence of your need. And that absence, that's more powerful than any message you could send. Have you ever wondered why women test men so much? It's not because they're evil. It's not because they want to torture you. It's because they're wired to seek something rare, something most men can't give them. They need to feel a man's strength. They need to feel that if the whole world fell apart tomorrow, you wouldn't see. Most women have been worried since they were teenagers. They're used to guys chasing, begging, bending over backward just for a smile or a number. They're used to men competing for their attention, posting corny comments on their pictures, sending good morning beautiful texts every day like clockwork. To her, that's normal. That's background noise. She doesn't even notice it anymore. So, when she tests you, when she ignores your call, when she flirts with another guy in front of you, when she says something just to poke at your ego, she's not doing it because she's the devil. She's doing it to see if you're like every other man who crumbles, or if you're cut from something different. And here's where most men fail. They fold. They get emotional, jealous, and defensive. They start writing paragraphs or blowing up her phone. They try to prove their worth. And in that moment, she knows, yep, another one of the same. Another man who secretly lives for her approval. But when she runs into a man who doesn't just go quiet, but actually thrives without her. A man who doesn't argue, doesn't chase, doesn't beg, but instead keeps stacking his life, his money, his body, his circle. That's the rare hit of reality she never sees coming. That's the moment her stomach drops because it breaks her illusion. It makes her question the script she had in her head. She thought you'd crumble, but you didn't. She thought you'd chase, but you didn't. She thought you'd wait around like a lost puppy. But instead, you're building a whole empire without her name anywhere on it. That's the crack in the mirror she can't unsee. And here's the twist most guys never expect. Once she feels that sting, once she sees that you're gone, but somehow bigger, sharper, more alive than before, she circles back. They always do. Maybe it's a random, "Hey, stranger," text at midnight. Maybe it's a casual comment on your photo, like she just stumbled across it. Maybe she accidentally shows up where she knows you'll be. But it's never really an accident. It's her trying to plug herself back into the power source she thought she'd drained. But by the time she does, you won't even want her the same. Because your eyes will be open. You'll see it wasn't love she was after. It was power. It was the guarantee that you'd always be orbiting her no matter what. And when you snatched that guarantee away by leveling up, she panicked. Not because she lost you, but because she lost the control. So what do? You keep walking. You don't rub it in. You don't throw it in her face. You don't go posting "I'm doing better" without you quotes like some corny meme page. That's weak. That screams you still care too much. Nah, you let your new life do the talking. You let your presence or the fact that she no longer has access to it say everything. Because silence alone, that's nothing. Any fool can stay quiet. But silence mixed with undeniable growth, that's thunder. That's a storm she can't ignore no matter how hard she tries. Here's the hardest truth of all. The man who truly breaks a woman isn't the one who blocks her number or vanishes like a ghost. It's the man who becomes so damn valuable, so damn magnetic that she couldn't reach him even if she wanted to. That's the level you're aiming for. That's beyond no contact. That's no return.
Aw.